Welcome to the City Show. Pat O'Meara here. You there? You know why? That's why I do this show, because you're there. Let's get this mic a little closer to me. Halloween's coming. Hey, you know what? This week, the 10th anniversary of Superstorm Sandy. We'll talk about that in the back end of the show. This week on Thursday, tonight, we will be, well, actually, if you're watching this on Tuesday, it's not tonight, but on Thursday, the 27th of October, we'll be producing a Jersey City Board of Education debate. We do debates. It's got the podiums. Everybody's got mics, multiple cameras involved, and live switching and graphics and all that good stuff. We try to do the debates as you're accustomed to seeing a debate, not a bunch of people standing around a kitchen table or something like that. It's really important that you guys watch the debate, hear the questions, hear the answers, see the candidates, because we are rocketing into $1 billion budget for the school Board of Education. And we need to get some responsibility on the board. And hopefully, the setup is this: 8 candidates, there's 2 independents. Neither John Highness, who is from the Hudson County View, is moderating, or myself have been able to speak or contact any of these independents. So we know we got the 2 main tickets, and hopefully we got the 2 independents. And, basically it's like musical chairs. We got 6 podiums. 8 people will make it work. Today I'm actually working with handwritten notes, not many of them. I have some computer issues. I broke the computer screen on my computer, so either I'm getting a new computer or I'm going to get that repaired. All my Christmas decorating friends, that season's right around the corner. We're starting preparation now for the Jersey City Christmas TV special, and of course it features the best Christmas decorated homes. Hopefully this year, again, as always, it'll be 22, 23 years in Jersey City. I think it's 8 in North Bergen, 7 in Bayonne, and hopefully we can add Union City this year. It all, comes down to sponsors and money. I'm working on renterizing my cars. You should do the same thing. First thing you guys should do after you listen to the show is go out and get the scraper, put it in the back seat of your car. Be ready, because winter is coming fast, but supposedly we're not going to have a lot of snow this year. All right, we're going to break for commercial. We'll come back with the show. You're watching the City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County, because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
This thing rips! Oh, it is so quick. There's a lot of punch packed into this Bronco Sport. It's got a ton of horsepower. I love it. All right, now we're getting hairy. Now we're getting the fun stuff. Yeah. I like how we can get over or around almost anything.
Yeah, I dig your ride. I super dig it. It's gonna be a good day.
We're back, City Show. I mentioned winter. Yeah, they're predicting it's going to be on the cold side, but no snow. Not much snow anyway, which is good. Since we bought that Snow Joe snowblower, we've used it once. So thank you. You should say thank you, Pat, for buying that snowblower that you've only used once in, I guess, 3 years now. Once, maybe twice tops, but we haven't used it a lot. But according to La Nima, that is a weather phenomenon here that happens every so often. Looks like up in northern part of New York, they'll be getting snow, but looks like we're skating on that. As I mentioned earlier in the show, there's we got $1 million budget coming for the school board. Well, we just passed the city budget, which was pretty astonishing. Also, it comes in at $724.8 million. Yeah, we talk about affordable housing here in Jersey City, and my opinion on affordable housing. We shouldn't get private sector in there. I have a problem with the affordable housing overlay. That's something that will also be discussed in the upcoming months. Before, everybody's attacking the administration and Mayor Fulop on it. Since Mayor Fulop has been mayor, I think there's been 2 tax increases, and he's on his 3rd term. So Steve has done a pretty good job of holding the line on taxes. But nothing else is holding the line. As you well know, what inflation is doing right now, what your health benefits are costing you, what your car insurance, your home insurance, every friggin' bill that comes to your house is higher than it was 6 months ago, let alone a year ago. And the same thing's happening to the city, where Mayor Fulop, and it truly is a renaissance going. I'm not blowing smoke up Fulop's butt here. I appreciate what he's accomplished, and Steve and I have gone on the other ends of issues also. There's truly an ongoing renaissance, and probably the best part of Jersey City has been created in the last, I'll say, 10 years. And there's been some pros and cons. We got a problem with multiple development projects going on where we're not, intersectioning those developments with school space and other things. But I guess something has to come first. I'm not a city planner. If I were, I wouldn't be building these developments unless I had school space and infrastructure and parking. And please stop it with the bikes. It's cars. Every one of these new development has cars all over the place. We need parking. But Mayor Fulop, there's going to be a tax increase this year. And Civic Parents, it's a civic organization here in Jersey City, they're looking at about a $2,310 a year increase for this budget. That'll, your bills are going to be coming out soon. We've been talking about a $2,400 increase coming for the last year or so. So we're pretty much right in step with what Civic Parents is calling out. And there's multiple factors as to why the bite is going to be so difficult to swallow with this increase. And I've said many times, we can't have affordable housing unless we have an affordable city. The budget is up like $72 million from a year ago. And that is a lot. And there's a lot of things that have gone up. And I'm not even sure this includes the 22% increase that'll occur to municipal and county health benefits. And Jersey City's got a lot of employees, and so does the county. And when those benefits go up, that's going to trigger some more tax increases. You're looking at Civic Parents, I think they figured it was $2,310 on a home assessed at, I think, $472. Jersey City is probably on the low side, $472, but you're looking pretty much at that. A lot can be done. Well, right to that, we should probably talk about the tax cut. One of the problems with the budget we have here, and they couldn't get it done because they didn't have all the numbers coming in. And again, Fulop has never lied to me, and the administration was waiting for numbers and what kind of help we're getting from the feds and the state, blah, blah, blah. It's 10 months late. One of the problems with a 10-month late budget is you can't do much cutting because you spent 10 months of the budget already. And I know I've said this before, going back to the Healy days. Once we finish a budget, we should just keep on going into the next budget. But we probably won't. It's hard. You can't make cuts after you spend 10 months of the budget already. So that's a problem. And we should be starting immediately on the next budget. While everybody's in budget mode, we should start immediately going into the next budget so we're not 10 months late. It's going to be, it's a heavy budget with a lot of increases here. And again, I'm not even sure, I meant to ask Mayor Fulop, does this include the projected 22% on the state health and welfare benefits? I'm not sure if it does, and if that's the case, there's going to be more coming. That means the next budget looming is going to be worse than this one. Again, when we talk about affordable housing, we keep affordable housing overlay, and we want 15% affordable housing here. There can't be affordable unless the city itself is affordable, and that's something that has to be addressed. I mean, we need a real think tank to figure out how we can cut the budget and how we can generate more revenue. Cutting the budget, you got to cut programs, could be layoffs, that sort of thing. How do we get new revenue to cover this? That's what we'll talk about when we come back. You're watching The City Show. We'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital. with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians. A partnership with Rutgers Health. The latest technology and medical advancements and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Panepinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintodevelopment.com. Panepinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back, City Show. Pat O'Melia here. We're talking about it's amazing how expensive it is, the city. It's $724 million for the city. And like I said, we're going to zoom by the $1 billion budget for the school. Again, remember Thursday. At 2,300 or so, I think I clocked in at a 2,400 we were talking about. So like I said, the Civic Parents Organization and the City Show were pretty much in step there. Now, that equates to like a rent increase. If you're a tenant in a one-family home, they're going to move that increase to the tenants. It could be as bad as a couple of $100 a month. Depends on how much the property owner wants to eat and just how much that house is assessed at. Again, the question comes in, what is affordable in Jersey City? You can't keep preaching affordable until you get the city affordable. And what can be done? Well, with the budget, like I said before, it's 10 months late. So we're not doing a lot with this budget. The money's already spent. It's got to be covered. Best precaution for the next budget is to start on the next budget now. What we probably need to do, and I don't like counting other people's money. I don't like when people are successful. Because they're successful, we should reach into their pocket. Well, that person went to school and received a trade or a degree, or the doctor, an attorney, a plumber, a welder, a carpenter. They're making good money. We should reach into their pocket because the other people aren't making good money. That's because that person made good decision, or the family made sure the people made good decisions. Doesn't mean people who didn't go out and get an education, didn't go out and acquire a skill, should benefit from what other people have accomplished. I don't believe because you're well off, you should pay. They say, well, you got to pay your fair share. We should all pay the same share. We need to do a little Robin Hooding, but you have to do it where the person is making revenue enough to cover that, and with good reason, not just because they're successful and they have a good paying job or a career. One of the things in Seaside Heights, where we have our other studio, they have what's called a mercantile license in Seaside Heights. If you want to rent a unit in your building, say Airbnb, summer rental, you have to have a mercantile license. And it costs like $100 a year, and that allows you to rent. And it also gives the municipality an idea of all the units that are available for rental in the town. And it's a revenue-driven license. It's developing revenue for the borough of Seaside Heights, but it also gives them an accurate inventory. For that matter, there is a law that was just recently passed that's going to demand that the municipalities have an accurate inventory of rental units in their municipalities. So with the law coming in as it is, and I think it's a flat rate of like $50 or $75 that the owner's going to have to pay, you include the mercantile license in there, which we don't have in Jersey City, that could be a conceivable lot of money that can offset. You just don't want to pass a tax increase across the board. Again, I hate saying it because some people can afford it and some can't. But if you're a landlord and you got a couple of units that you're renting out and you're bringing in 30, 32, 35,000 or more in rent on your 2-family or 3-family home, yeah, I think you can handle that $100 a month mercantile, and it helps the city. I've already spoken to Mayor Fulop. I actually sent him an application, what it looks like, the mercantile license. It's a way of generating revenue without hurting the people who can't afford it. Like I said, if you're making 30, 20, 30, 40,000 a year on your rental property, you can handle a $100 mercantile license. And again, I don't like digging into anybody's pockets, and I don't like counting anyone's money, but it's a viable way to generate revenue in Jersey City. Driveway fee. Now, I have a problem with driveways. Every time they buy a building and they knock it down, they put a driveway in, we lose a spot on the street. And little by little, that lottery we have every night where we're on citizens patrol trying to find a parking spot, the numbers are lessened because every one of those homes that are built has a driveway. I believe there should be a driveway fee of $600 a year. You got the benefit of having a guaranteed spot when you come home. Now, you can have a driveway. Doesn't mean you have that dedicated parking spot in front of your house that is the driveway apron. I'm in the Heights. We would be more than happy, gladly and with a smile, pay the city $600 a year if we could have a parking spot in front of our house dedicated. So almost like a handicap spot. You're paying $600 a year, that's your spot. Really, that's what those driveways are. They are a dedicated on-street parking spot, just that they're pulling in. There should be a fee for that. Non-owner occupied property, I've had this conversation many times on the show. If you have a non-owner occupied building, and most of the problems we have in our neighborhoods is with non-owner occupied buildings. Another reason I have a problem with the affordable housing overlay, every quality of life issue normally comes out of a non-owner occupied building. I could see a fee on that. Not monstrous fees, but if you're making a profit, you can handle that fee or that mercantile license. If you have a driveway, as somebody who doesn't have a driveway, I got the room, but there's a moratorium. I can't put a driveway in unless I knock down my house and build a new one. I don't see a problem with the $600. I wouldn't have a problem with it. And like I said, I would be more than willing to give the $600 a month, a year to the city for a parking spot in front of my house. All right, we're going to break the commercial. You're watching The City Show. We'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care,
the latest clinical trials,
researchers working to find a cure,
and nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or a quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back, City Show. Pat O'Meara, you here? I know some of these people with the driveway are saying, what? $600? Yes. You basically have a guaranteed parking spot. I don't have a guarantee. I pay to park my cars, and I'm paying about $2,400, $2,500 a year to park in Jersey City, and you have a driveway, you're paying property taxes. You know what? I'm paying the same friggin' property taxes. Probably more, maybe. I don't have a driveway. I have the footage for it, but I can't put it in. You have one, not a problem paying the $600. Because, again, the driveway you're entitled to. I think you're entitled to that footage on the street that's at the base of your driveway apron. But those things, the mercantile license, like I said, if you're making the revenue, and I'm not proposing a big debit on that, but it helps everybody, and it's a way we can generate more revenue, lessen the tax bite, instead of going across the board with these tax increases, lessen it to the people actually utilizing and profiting from it. As I said earlier, 10 years since Sandy. Yeah, I'm mid-60s now. I've been in Jersey City all my life, and I never experienced a storm like Sandy. Now, I was very fortunate. I live in the Jersey City Heights. You know why they call it the Heights? Because we're on the top of a mountain. You come up from Hoboken, like Congress Street, you come up a hill. You come from the slope, you come up a hill. Right? You go up Manhattan Avenue, you're coming up a hill. You go down a hill. When you get over Central, you start going down. We didn't have any flooding in the Heights because we're on the top of the hill. And fortunately for me and a group of us, we were like on one section of Jersey City, one transformer, whatever it was, that we never lost electricity. And there were myself, it was Mayor Healy, the late Councilman Bill Goyhan, Tommy DeGeese. It almost seemed like all the politically connected people had electricity, but it was just how that one section of the city, that grid, for some reason stayed on. But there was like 10 days of darkness. I remember the gas can zombies walking around because there was no power in Jersey City, for most of Jersey City. And unfortunately, we did. It got to the point where, like, pulling the shade, you didn't want the big TV in the window. Hey, you felt bad. Like I said, I was lucky. I think the symbol of Sandy was, again, down in Seaside Heights, where the studio is, where the roller coaster was in the ocean. For that matter, the mayor there, Akers, he wanted to keep the roller coaster in the ocean as a tourist attraction. As I think back on that, and so many good people try to help, so many people who needed the help. My studio, we're on that grid. My studio on Central Avenue had electricity the whole time. It became like the charging station. People were in the vestibule charging up because they were actually outlets in the vestibule. So hey, knock yourself out. Charge up all you can. No, bring a laptop. Bring your phone, whatever you can. Charge in. I think I forget how many outlets were in the vestibule. Charge up. Especially since it wasn't my electricity; it was the landlord. But we were lucky that we had electricity, and I was lucky we had it at home. And I remember one other thing: Chinese restaurants, they were all open, no electricity, but they were cooking. They were doing it by candlelight. The gas was working, so they were walking it up, making the food. So you were able to get takeout from the Chinese restaurant. And every time there's a hurricane, we just did a fundraiser for Hurricane Ian in the studio a week or so ago, and it's a 100-year storm, a 500-year storm. I guess I'm in the camp of a 100-year storm. Again, 65 years on this planet and in this city, never seen a storm like Sandy. And we were, again, in the Heights. We were okay. There was a lot of wind. I remember walking down to Central Avenue, just looking around, and awnings were being ripped off, and they were flying by, and I'm like, we get back in the house. I'm going to get hit with an awning. And before I got married, I was in Dogpatch, Jersey City. That's down by the Hackensack River at the foot of St. Paul's Avenue, where it was Canco Lofts. It was the American Can Company. That was all industrial. And that was on the bottom of the hill. And if there was any kind of heavy rain, it just kept going right into the Hackensack River. The Hackensack River never overflowed its banks when I was a kid, like what happened on the waterfront, like City Hall in Jersey City. Rob Burns, the old city clerk, was heartbroken. The City Hall's there, 150 some odd years, something like that. My house on Congress is over. It was built in the 1850s. All those years, there was never any flooding. And they stored everything in the basement of City Hall. Everything got soaked. That was the first time City Hall ever got flooded like that. And if you get a chance, if you can, take a walk down in that basement now. What Mayor Fulop has done, it's amazing, remarkable. All the years I've been going in and out of City Hall, I would go through, I park in the parking lot, I go through the basement, I get to the elevator. Yeah, it is amazing what he accomplished getting, again, the Tommy DeGeese playbook, getting city employees that have rented properties and back into City Hall. And for most of 90% of the time I've been covering the city, that was all storage down in the basement. Now Mayor Fulop's even talking about opening the 4th floor. I forgot there was a 4th floor, but it's been closed ever since the fire in the early 70s. Is there an overreaction to Sandy from 10 years ago? Now we're looking 10 years out, maybe, but there's such a concern over global warming. I'm not in the global warming camp. And the reason why, every time the weather guy says this is the worst storm that has hit this particular region since the 1890s, so the Earth goes through its cycle, as I believe. And if you're into the global warming, fine. I'm just not in that camp. But think of that. 10 years ago, this week, Superstorm Sandy. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. Talk to you during the week. Good night.